Welcome to Urban Lore, your destination for strange city facts, unbelievable trivia, and wild stories from around the world. Today we re-exploring 10 of the weirdest and most unbelievable city facts in the USA. Stories so bizarre, they sound made up, but every single one is true. So grab your curiosity and let's jump into some truly strange American city trivia. Fact 1. The city that once outlawed being ugly? Yes, really? Back in 1867, San Francisco, California, passed a law that made it illegal for people with unsightly or disgusting appearances to appear in public. The law was intended to keep the streets clean and pleasant, but looking back, it's shocking how openly discriminatory it was. It's not enforced anymore, of course, but it remains one of the weirdest laws in U.S. city history. Can you imagine that today? Fact 2. The town with no streets? You've heard of Venice, Italy, but did you know there's a version of it in the U.S.? Welcome to Venice, Illinois, a small city that was designed with canals instead of traditional streets. Sidewalks and water pathways were the main way to get around. The idea was to create a romantic European-style city in the Midwest. While it never became a tourist hotspot, it's still a fascinating relic of urban planning gone unconventional. Definitely one for your list of weird American places. Fact 3. The city that banned ice cream on Sundays. In Indianapolis, Indiana, there was once a law banning the sale of ice cream cones on Sundays. Why? To preserve the sanctity of the Sabbath. Apparently, a simple treat like ice cream was seen as too indulgent on a holy day. Strange, right? It's one of those bizarre old city ordinances that makes you wonder what people were thinking, and how many cones were confiscated before this law melted away. Fact 4. The town for clown lover and fear fans, Tonopah, Nevada might not be a major city, but it's home to one of the strangest motels in America, the Clown Motel. This eerie place is filled with hundreds of clown statues, big and small, lining the rooms, the halls, and even the lobby. And just to make it creepier, it's located right next to an old cemetery. It's become a popular stop for paranormal fans and road trippers, a shining example of weird roadside America at its best. Fact 5. The city sitting on an endless fire. Imagine living in a city where the ground smokes beneath your feet every day. That's exactly what happened in Centralia, Pennsylvania, where an underground coal mine fire started in 1962 and is still burning today. The fire caused roads to buckle, homes to collapse, and the entire town was evacuated. Today, it's nearly abandoned, a real-life ghost town, and the inspiration for the horror game Silent Hill. It's haunting, and it's still burning. Fact 6. The town that sold itself on eBay in 2002, it's the tiny town of Bridgeville, California, did something no one expected. It listed itself on eBay. That's right, the entire town, buildings, land, and all, went up for auction. Someone actually bought it for $1.77 million. The sale turned Bridgeville into an internet legend and gave it a permanent spot in strange city trivia history. Where else can you add a town to cart? Fact 7. The city with more dead than living, Colma, California, might sound like your average small town, until you realize that the dead outnumber the living 1,000 to 1, while only about 1,500 people live there. Over 1.5 million bodies are buried in its massive cemeteries. It was originally created to hold the remains from nearby San Francisco, when burials were banned within city limits. Locals call it the City of Souls, and it's one of the most surreal places in the country. Fact 8. The city that lives in one building in Whittier, Alaska. Nearly the entire town lives in a single 14-story building, the Begich Towers. Inside, you'll find apartments, a post office, a small grocery store, a church, and even a school. During the freezing winters, residents barely have to step outside. It's a fully self-contained vertical town, and easily one of the most unusual living situations in America. Fact 9. The town that doesn't need a jail, Riverside, Wyoming, has its own police department, but no jail. Why? Because they just don't need one. Crime in Riverside is so rare that locking people up never became a necessity. In a world full of crazy headlines, it's refreshing, and definitely a fun small-town fact worth sharing. Fact 10. The town that celebrates the end of the sun. In the far north town of Utikiakvik, Alaska, formerly known as Barrow, Residents experience over 60 days of darkness each winter. To mark the last sunset before the long night, the community throws a festival called the End of the Sun. It's a unique celebration filled with tradition, lights, and reflection, turning an eerie event into something beautiful. Only in the Arctic would the disappearance of the sun become a cause for joy. So, which of these strange American city facts blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love this kind of trivia, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another episode of weird city stories and amazing urban legends. Thanks for watching Urban Lore, and we'll see you in the next city adventure.